I remember coming back from Cambodia in '93, and at that point we were doing the peer counselor training courses, and I took a course. I was in Calgary at that point. They sent us up to Edmonton for that course, and yeah, I was positive on it. I read lots about it. I knew a lot about it, right? And but I knew about PTSD and mental health disorder at a superficial level. Even though I put my back into the courses and the readings, and I read Stealing the Mind, another fine book that talks about the history of psychological trauma. But the superficial is it's kind of akin to, I read about tennis. I read about where the net goes. I read about the dimensions of the court and how you double fault. Well, then you got to turn it over. So all of the rules and a little bit of the characteristics. That's how I understood it. When you were immersed in it, when you're in Kandahar in the middle of a war, right? A counterinsurgency fight, and the air is heavy with a shared anxiety. When the Taliban are 16 feet tall because you're a supply tech and you haven't left the camp in 3 months, you can taste what anxiety and mental trauma, potential mental trauma is like. When you're immersed in it, now I understand it. Like I can tell you, it's really hard to hold a handful of ice for 15 minutes. And you could say, well, duh, I know that. And then we do it. And then the unbelievable searing pain that you have at minute 2 because you're experiencing it, that was my level of learning. Okay, I know it's hard to hold ice for 15 minutes on a bare hand. But now I know what it feels like, how it eats you from the inside, how it totally misrepresents the world as it's presenting to you, and how it can destroy your family or your life. I don't want to say that I was a slouch at it, but I was a newbie in making a study of psychological trauma. I think the institution deserves credit for being at the start of, we call it the road to mental readiness. The medical corps has done all kinds of research. We deserve credit for starting. Where I am critical of the institution is stop applauding and clapping and patting yourself on the back like you're in the end zone. We're on the 3-yard line here with this ailment as a society and as an institution. And it's very important for me that I don't stand apart from them. I am them and I am with them. My level of understanding was superficial before I went to war. And I really think we as a group, as a community of practice and as a country need to get to that next level of proficiency in dealing with the stigma and dealing with the wound. The approach right now, the contemporary approach is, hey, soldiers, safeten up, resiliency up. It's you that's becoming a weak link. Mental health is real. Let's change the channel slightly here. We're on the right path, but we're not tuned completely in. That's my message. And I don't want to say that I'm a rock star and I got it figured. I don't. I was looking up a dead horse's ass for a lot of years, and I think we've established that. But we need to do a whole lot better as an institution, and also with the Ministry of Veterans Affairs. Why that ministry is not integrated with the Ministry of National Defense, I will never know. In my view, there is no excuse for it. Absolutely no excuse why there's not better integration, particularly when you look at our allies. And you look at the public servants who lead both of those departments. I think we need to pick up the pace there. And I don't want to say anything that's construed as malice, or I'm not trying to be pugilistic. Like you, just pick up the pace and be serious about your job.